Is there something wrong with me? I don't know. Hopefully you can answer that question for me today. Anxiety. It's something I've had for a lot of my life. I want to say most of my life, especially since I joined secondary school, moved to secondary school when I was 11 years old. You know, that is when anxiety really starts to develop, because you go from primary school with a class of 30 people to a whole year in secondary school with over 100 people, so it's, so many people you want to try and impress, and it really does develop that anxiety and insecureness. Is that a word? I don't know. Develops all those insecurities within ourselves, and I think secondary school was the start of my downfall. Anxiety is something I've struggled with for years now, and I'm still not the best with it. I know I've made videos saying anxiety has fully left my body and stuff like that, but the truth is I still get anxiety sometimes. I don't get anxiety as much. I'm definitely starting to cope with it better, but I still get anxiety, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit more today. Even the smallest of social interactions kill me. Just walking past the street and saying hi to someone kills me, even if it goes fine, right? Let's say I say hi to a neighbor or something, and I say hi to them. No, it could literally go, I could do nothing wrong, I could just say hi, how you doing? And I still feel awkward inside, because the truth is, I'm just insecure of myself, whether, with my looks and my personality. I'm just insecure of myself, and I got a comment saying, the main way to get rid of social anxiety is self-love, to love yourself. And it's true, it is very true. And obviously I already knew that, but that guy reminded me. And really nice comment, long comment, probably the nicest comment I've ever gotten on YouTube. So if you're watching this, thank you, I appreciate it, man. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And he really reminded me that I've got to love myself, man. I've really got to love myself. But it's really hard when you've got so many insecurities. I don't even think I've got enough fingers on my hands to count how many insecurities I have. So when you have that many insecurities, obviously you could do your best to try and get rid of them and try better yourself. But overall, until all those insecurities are gone, you're not going to fully love yourself as much as the next person does that doesn't have any insecurities and is completely happy with their life. I hate the present moment, I really dislike the present moment, because it's just so hard for me, right? In the moment when I've got to interact with someone socially, my body breaks down physically, my body shuts down, and I'm just I just look like all stiff and stuff, and I can't even breathe properly, and my head is all dizzy, I can't even see, everything's cloudy, it's like my brain is trying to escape the situation. The present moment is so annoying, and it really makes me almost hate myself, It really does. The main reason why I dislike the present moment so much, I apologize for using the word hate, because I usually promote not hating anything in life other than yourself and the devil, so I do not hate the present moment, but I really do dislike it. The main reason why I do dislike the present moment is because all logic goes out the window, right? I can tell myself, I can literally chant to myself for an hour straight, right? It doesn't matter, who cares? You're never going to see any of these people again. This guy sitting on a bench, these two walking. I'm never going to see these people again in my life, most likely, right? And even if I do see them again, they're not going to remember me, right? As much as I'm not going to remember them. And I can tell myself that as much as possible, to tell myself that it doesn't matter what you do. I could shout out right now and shout to everyone, right? And not even if people hear me, they're not going to care in 5 minutes. But in the moment, when that moment comes, when I actually do have to test my social skills or whatever, it's just so hard for me, because I guess I'm just so insecure of myself. It's crazy. I don't know, and I've really realized that the last couple weeks, making these videos, like I've said before, making these videos really teach me a lot. And it's similar with other things as well. All logic goes out the window when you're horny, for example, and you want to fap, even though you're on a no-fap streak, but your mind, you're just not conscious enough, you're not conscious properly. You're not telling yourself in your mind, don't fap, and you're not reminding yourself of all the bad things that will happen if you do fap, and that you're gonna get not blue-balled, you're gonna get the post-nut clarity afterwards, and you're gonna feel like trash. You're not conscious of none of that when you're horny. You just want to bust a nut, and that's it, bro. You just want to bust. There's no girls around, there's no women around, you just gotta bust a nut. You know what I'm saying, right? But I don't really struggle with that anymore, because I haven't fapped for 7 months now, bro. Like, over 7 months, I'm chilling. I don't think I'm ever gonna fap again, honestly. Like, it's just something I don't think I could even do if I want to anymore, because I don't even want to fap anymore, you know what I mean? Yeah, but definitely back in the day, I probably could have related to that. Definitely could have related to that. You know, if you struggle with nofap, it's because you're not thinking logically in the moment. And it's similar with this, right? But with this, it's a different pressure. It's more of a pressure, right? When the pressure of, you know, wanting to fap is just within yourself. But the pressure of being social with social people, that has other people are putting pressure on you also. That's why I find it harder. Because with nofap, that's, you know, no one has anything to do with your nofap journey. But having social anxiety, everyone has stuff to do with your social anxiety. So that's why I think it's harder, because I think obviously more people are involved, so more people are going to put pressure onto you. So the main thing you have to remind yourself when in a socially awkward situation, and you're so desperate to escape the present moment. Oh, I just don't want to be here. There's someone I know over there. There's a girl I like over there. I can't do it. I gotta go. I just don't want to be here, right? You gotta think logically, right? What happens? Why does it matter if something goes wrong? Who cares? Because like, these people are nothing to you. I've said this before in my last anxiety video, I'm pretty sure. But as much as all these people I'm looking at right now, those people playing football, those kids on the playground over there, as much as they are NPCs in my game, I am an NPC in their game. So why are they going to care about me? If I don't care about them, why are they going to care about me? You know? And this stupid thing has been holding me back for years, and it's still holding me back to this day. It's holding me back less because I'm like very, very conscious of it now. For the most part. Sometimes I'm not conscious of it, like I've mentioned, but it doesn't hold me back as much because I'm conscious of it way more than I was even like a few weeks ago, like, you know what I mean? But still, why are these two guys holding hands? Are they gay? Sorry. I don't think I've ever seen like two guys hold hands outside before, bro. Gay people. No, I'm joking. I don't have anything against gay people. It's another group of people I have something against. Maybe I'll talk about that at some point, but I just get a lot of hate for that. People just call me toxic or whatever, even though I have very valid reasons for why. Changing your gender, I'm just gonna say it. That's a topic for another day. But yeah, what was I saying again? Yeah, so try to be as conscious and logical as you can in that situation, and remind yourself, whatever happens, you may as well just put your best into it, because as long as you try your best, why be disappointed with yourself? Why feel that awkwardness? Why feel that cringe if you're trying your best? You know, don't hold yourself back. You know, put yourself in that social situation and try your best, because you know, the present you may cringe, no matter how well you do. The present you may cringe at you and call you an idiot and stuff, but the future you is going to be so proud that you went out there and left your comfort zone. And every time I've left my comfort zone, like a lot of the time in the present moment, I'm proud of myself, especially in the future. Like if I leave my comfort zone, the next day I'm like, geez, bro, I did that. That's crazy, bro. Like I'm really proud of myself, and that's such a good feeling to feel, you know. The worst feeling in the world is hating yourself, and the best feeling in the world is loving yourself, right? Pretty self-explanatory, right? But I want to talk about a few of the reasons why I think I have social anxiety. So, you know, directing the video back to me a little bit, sorry. First reason is because when my mum was pregnant with me, she was quite stressed about life and stuff. She didn't really have the best life herself. She was quite stressed, and she was in a lot of bad circumstances. Obviously, I'm not going to go into it. That's just like not in my. I don't have the right to do that. But like, she was very stressed while she was pregnant with me, right? And that has, you know, that obviously not her fault, but that has damage on the baby, right? If the mother's stressed, right? I'm living in my mum's stomach, right? So if my mum is stressed, you know, I'm going to get damage. It's like if I'm in a house, right, and an earthquake happens, and the house is like shaking and shivering, I'm going to get damage from that. I'm going to get hurt, right? You know, it's the same with a pregnant mum being stressed while having a child in her stomach. And then when I came out the stomach, when I was a baby, I was a late talker, right? So that held me back a few years. When people were already like speaking at like 1 or 2, I wasn't speaking until I was like 3 or 4 or something. I don't even know. So I was a very late talker. Like, you know, like my parents like thought like I had like autism and stuff. Obviously, I mean, I don't think I have autism. Maybe I do, but I don't think I do. They said I don't, but that could have been a lie, because I do a couple things that like kind of autistic. I don't know. Maybe I'll go into that another day. But maybe on the spectrum a little bit, but not enough to diagnose myself. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So being a late talker, that held me back, because in like nursery school and stuff, when like kids would speak to me, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't, because I don't really remember nursery school. I don't really have any memories of nursery. Like, my earliest memory is like 4 years old. I'll be honest. Which kind of explains it. Like, I probably just blocked all my late talking stuff out, because I just didn't want to think about that. Like, kids would like pick on me, for example. Like, my mum said like this kid like in nursery school took a toy off me and just walked away. And like, obviously I can't even like really talk, so like I couldn't even like defend myself and nothing like that. And that's what held me back. It held me back from defending myself and making friends, which I think all those years ago. What, I'm 17 now. 13 years ago, like, my late talking issues are still having problems on me, right? Like, I genuinely believe that, you know. Obviously, once I started talking, like, at 5, 6, like, I made friends and stuff, cool. And obviously, in primary school, you don't really have social anxiety. Very rare. I had, like, I was nervous at primary school, very, very rare. I can only think of one time when I was nervous. But yeah, at primary school. But, yeah. And then once I started talking, obviously I was making friends and stuff like that. But then secondary school came along. So primary school I was going up, you know, I was alright. I mean, I was never like popular at primary school. Like, I was just like in secondary school I was quite a quiet kid, right? But I didn't have anxiety or anything. I was myself, you know. I was just comfortable with everyone. I wasn't like trying to like impress anyone and stuff like that. Because in primary school you don't care, man. You just act like a kid because you are a kid. So I was going up in primary school, and as soon as secondary school came around, like I got picked on for every minute thing I did. I just went down, bro. And that's when the anxiety, the anxiety, social anxiety developed. The insecurities developed, and unfortunately I'm still left with that now. So I want to ask you as the viewer to put in my comment section, and I've never done, I don't usually do this, maybe I've done it a couple times. I don't usually ask you as the viewer to give me some advice back. I don't know why. Jeez, bro, shut up, man. Stupid kids playing football. Joking. But yeah, do you think that all these things, the late talking, my mum being stressed when I was pregnant, you know, going up during school, like people picking on me, do you think these reasons, like from years ago, is why I still have social anxiety to this day? Because people used to pick on me at school, because I was a late talker when I was 3, and because my mum was stressed with me as a when I was in her stomach. Do you think like these things are do you think I'm actually still getting disadvantages from those things to this day when I'm 18 in like 20 days? You know what I mean? Am I still like getting the negative effects of that? I would guess I am, but I want to ask you as the viewer, because who knows, maybe you're more educated on me with these things, with anxiety and stuff. Maybe you can relate. So, you know, any advice is appreciated. And also, the final thing I want to talk about is the fact that, which I've mentioned before, I wasn't educated enough as a kid. My parents, and I don't blame them. I don't blame my parents, I guess. But my parents, from what I remember, didn't really, and who knows, maybe they did, and maybe I'm just forgetting, and maybe it's my bad, I'm forgetting, right? But I don't really remember many times my parents educated me on how to be social in social situations. Like, they taught me to like be polite and say please and thank you, but they never taught me like how to make friends, how to speak to people. They never taught me how to defend myself against bullies and stuff like that. You know, I had to learn all that myself. I had to deal with all this hate on YouTube myself when I was like, and TikTok, man. When I used to post on TikTok, bro, it was so toxic, man. TikTok is so toxic. That's why I don't post on TikTok anymore, bro. It's just so toxic. I don't even know if I have access to that TikTok account anymore. But I ain't posting on TikTok for a long while anyways. Nah, actually, no, I must still be able to log back into it. There's a different email. I'm yapping anyways. I had to deal with all that myself, and not to mention all the self-improvement stuff that my parents never taught me. You know, like, my parents never taught me about how to better myself and how, you know, delayed gratification is more important than instant gratification. All I'm saying, right, is I love my parents a bit, but all I'm saying is if I was a parent, which I hope to be one day, I would be a million times more better than them. And I listen, they are great. They've taught me so much. They're so understanding and kind. You know, I can't hate them for nothing. You know, I can't hate them for nothing. You know, they've done so much for me. But at the same time, and they you know, my dad would push me and force me to be social and stuff like that. But even with that, like, my dad would force me to be social and put me in a social situation, but not teach me what to do in said social situation. So there's things that were lacking there from my parents. I feel like, I don't know, like, my dad forced me to play, to join a football club, right, with a group of boys. And obviously I have anxiety. I don't want to do that, bro. Like, I didn't even like really like football at the time. I didn't know anything about football, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't even know what a throw-in was, right? When the ball would, look, when the ball would go to the line, right, I thought I just had to kick the ball. I never even knew what a throw-in was. It was embarrassing, man. Like, the freaking coach was cussing me out. Like, do you even watch football? Do you even know what football is? It was so embarrassing. But like, that, for example, my dad, yes, he would put me in a social situation and push me, but he'd just throw me in there with no, like, help or, like, way of defending myself. I didn't know how to be social in a social situation. Like, he just forced me, he just pushed me into that thing. And I feel like he could have done a bit better there to, instead of just pushing me in a social situation and just expecting me to just have a full conversation with random people I've never seen before, to, like, teach me, like, you know, try to talk to them about, you know, ask them a question about how they're doing, you know, ask them what they like. Try, like, he never gave me any conversational skills, which I think he could have done. Yeah, I'm just yapping about my personal life. I don't hate my parents, obviously. Like, I love them to bits. I just feel like they could have done a lot better, and I feel like my parents are a lot of the reason, a bit of the reason. I won't say a lot. So I don't want to play the victim card. I never like to play the victim card of, like, oh, it's all my parents' fault, it's everyone else's fault, it's not my fault. Obviously, the majority is I'm me, right? I'm the one that makes these mistakes. So it's obviously the majority is my fault. But I feel like my parents could have done a lot better. I feel like a little bit of the blame is on them. Unfortunately, that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, that's something I've really wanted to say. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you have any advice for me, or just anything, any words of motivation, of guidance to give me, please comment here below. Because even though I'm a self-improvement YouTuber, and, like, you know, obviously I go on YouTube and I put on the persona that I know everything, there's so many things I don't know, man. There's so many things I'm uneducated on. You know, there's so many things that other self-improvement YouTubers have made videos on, but I haven't, because I feel like I don't have the right to. Like, I'm not educated enough on said topics. So if you have any advice for me, please put it down in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, consider subscribing if you want to, because if you've watched this far, then big ups to you, man. I really respect you a lot. So subscribe, man, please. I want you on this journey with me. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching as always. Take care and peace. Bye-bye.